Hi guys, I'm Lindsay Strand, and today on Sweet Talk, I'm making apple crumb pie. So I'm gonna start with my crumb. I love this pie because it's kind of a mashup of two great desserts, apple pie and apple crumble. So I'm starting with 1 cup of all-purpose flour, 6 tablespoons of softened butter. This is unsalted. 1/4 cup of light brown sugar, and 1/4 teaspoon of kosher salt. I'm gonna use a fork to mix this together. You could use a pastry cutter, or you can also crumble this with your hands. I'm gonna start it with a fork, and then once all of the butter is coated with flour, I might switch to my hands. And I love that this pie has that extra crumble topping, a little crunchy, sugary goodness on top. So you're just squeezing it until it forms clumps like this. And one trick I have is to just press this into the bottom of the bowl, because that helps you get nice big clumps after it's refrigerated, which I like. And then I'll just set this aside, but this will be going into the refrigerator. So now I'll move on to my pie crust. This is 1/2 of the Test Kitchen's favorite pâte brisée, 1 disc. So if you look for this recipe online, it's called Test Kitchen's favorite pâte brisée. We only need 1 disc for this, so you can leave the other one in the freezer. So it's really nice to have on hand. I'm just going to roll this out on lightly floured parchment. Let this soften a little bit so it's a little easier to roll out, but I really like rolling doughs on parchment like this because if they do get too soft, they're super easy to maneuver in and out of the refrigerator if you need to. So sprinkle a little bit on top. So if you have any exposed butter, it'll stick to your rolling pin. And now I usually start by going, kind of pressing down on the dough, and then going forward once and back once. And then I make sure, see I'm sticking a little bit, kind of maneuver it around, make sure that there's flour underneath all of the dough. And then again, forward and back, and that's how you make a nice even crust. Rolling this out to about 1/8 of an inch thick. For some reason, I always roll my pie dough into a square. I don't know why that is. It must be something about the way I'm rolling it, but that's okay because it's gonna be trimmed, folded over later. So don't worry too much. So I'm going to fold this. Oops, see, there's a little patch of butter there, so I'll patch that up with a little flour. Fold this and put it into my pie shell. This is a deep dish pie plate. It's a little soft, so again, if you're worried about it, you can definitely pop this into the refrigerator. But I'm just gonna roll with it. This is a rustic pie, so it's okay. Have a little bit of an overhang, so that's gonna get folded over. And now both of these are going into the refrigerator until they're firm while I make the apple filling. So my pie crust has been chilling for a little bit. It's a little bit firmer, and now I'm going to mix together my apple filling. So here I have 4 pounds of apples. I'm gonna peel this last one. I have used Granny Smith apples for this. It's about 8 to 10 apples for 4 pounds, but you could use any combination of baking apples that you like. Honeycrisp are really nice. Pink Lady, something that has a bit of a firmer, tartar flesh is usually really good. Now I'll just cut around here. And then I'm slicing these about 1/8 to 1/4 inch thick. All right, so there's 4 pounds of apples. Now I'm going to squeeze a little lemon juice over them so they don't turn too brown, and also because the acid works really nicely in a pie like this. When I make fruit pies, I always add a little sugar, a little acid. So we need 2 tablespoons. See how juicy this lemon seems. It's anywhere from 1/2 to 1 lemon. That seems like about 1 tablespoon, so maybe I'll use both halves. This is a really tough lemon. Now I'll just give these a quick toss. Now to the apples, I'm adding 1 cup of granulated sugar. So that's a 1/2 cup. And 1 cup. Then this is 1 cup of raisins. You definitely can leave these out. I know there are a lot of raisin haters out there, but I happen to love raisins, so I put them in this recipe. 1 teaspoon of ground cinnamon, 1/4 cup of all-purpose flour. This is our thickener. I know some people like to use cornstarch in their pies instead of flour. That's totally fine, but you might have to adjust the amount slightly because cornstarch tends to have a pretty strong thickening power. And then this is a 1/2 teaspoon of kosher salt, because as always, salty with the sweet. Now gives us a toss until everything is well mixed. Make sure the apples are coated with the flour. That will help thicken the juices nicely so they don't run everywhere when the pie comes out of the oven. Oh my gosh, that cinnamon smells so amazing. So now that this is tossed together, I have my pie crust here, and just dump this in. This is a deep dish pie, so the apples are gonna come up pretty high. Press these in a little bit. Scoop in the remaining apples. And now I'll take the overhang and fold this up around the edge of the apples. Like I said, this is a very rustic pie, and because we are going to be sprinkling it with the streusel topping, you don't have to worry too much about what this looks like right now. You just want to create a little bit of a border for these apples. So now this is going into a 375-degree oven for about 45 minutes. The apples will cook down a little bit, and that's when we'll add our streusel topping. So this is about halfway done. It's been in the oven for 45 minutes. As you can see, the apples have cooked down quite a bit, but I'm ready to sprinkle my streusel over the top. I like to pile it up. Some of it's gonna melt into the fruit, so don't be scared of the crumb. Now this is going back into the oven. I've put this onto a sheet tray so that if it bubbles over, it'll catch any of the juices. It shouldn't do that now that the crumb's on it. This is going back in the oven for another 30 to 45 minutes until it's nice and bubbly, golden brown. My pie is out of the oven, nice and golden brown. I let it cool completely. That's the hard part, I know, but you have to do it, otherwise the juices are gonna run everywhere. You can always pop it back in if you need to warm it up a little bit. But I am ready to dig in. Ooh, you can hear that flaky crust. It's gonna be so good. Make sure you cut through all the way so you can get a nice slice out. Wow, look at that. You have layers of those beautiful apples, raisins studded throughout. This is like my ideal pie. Can't wait to try this. I can smell the apples and the cinnamon and the brown sugar. Now that is a pie. The streusel really takes it to the next level. You guys have to try this at home. I know you're gonna love it. If you're enjoying this video, be sure to like, subscribe. We have so many great fun videos on the Everyday Food channel.